You're going to sleep with my barber? And then it couldn't be my barber because if he puts his hands on my head after sleeping with you, what up, everybody? You are back in tune with another episode of In the Fields podcast. It is your host, Johnny, with my lovely wife, Lisa.
That's
and
me.
yeah, man, we are back. Quick update. We are moving to an every other week schedule just for the end of the year because of all the holidays. And you guys will probably be seeing the Couch Chronicles a little more often because the house is now decorated for Christmas. So instead of tearing my living room apart from all the Christmas decorations and putting up the entire set and then taking the set back down and then putting all the decorations back up, we're just going to leave the decorations and continue our Couch Chronicles for the end of 2025. So we appreciate all your support and everybody that's tuned in. And yeah, man, on today's episode, we are going to be taking the deep dive into pettiness, baby. The petty, but real, the things that we shouldn't care about, but we do. And, and just the overall concept and idea of being petty, because I'm sure all of us can relate, and I'm sure all of us have been there. And yeah, man, before we get into the entire episode, or actually I want to start today's episode with a little something different. We went on a petty hunt to find out what are some of the pettiest things that
oh boy.
what are some of the pettiest things either you've done or like an ex has done? And that's the question that we even asked on our socials. So some of these will be from our fans, some of these will be from Reddit, some of these will be from Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it. So kind of went on a hunt to find out or find some of the funniest things that I've seen. And yeah, man.
So you're just reading them, I'm reacting?
Yeah, type of deal.
Right.
I'll read them and then we'll kind of like expand on them. You know what I mean? Or maybe we find something that like maybe we resonate with it and we're like, dude, I've been there. All right, so what is the pettiest thing either you've done or an ex has done? All right, so here's one. As a kid, my sister had a sleepover with one of her friends, and I had a bro over for a sleepover the same night. Sister's friend was being a massive bitch all day to my homie. Later that night, we decided to make amends and smooth over the situation. We took them a plate of Oreos as a late-night snack, and my bro apologized for getting off on the wrong foot and assured her that he hoped they could be friends. Well, before that, we twisted the tops of the Oreos off and dipped the cream filling into the toilet.
Oh my God.
That's insane. Also, that's got to be some form of assault because, Jesus, why are you dipping my Oreos in the toilet?
That's like when people would take somebody's toothbrush and scrub the inside of the toilet.
I've definitely done that.
You've done that to somebody?
Yeah, I've definitely done that to somebody.
You're the worst.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely just like a little inside of that bowl.
Oh my God.
And then you just put it back and let it dry overnight and then they use it in the morning.
Later you need to tell me who you did that to.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely been there. Definitely been
That's funny. I don't think I've ever done something that like fucked up.
Yeah, no, I think my pettiness has definitely reached certain levels that I'm probably not proud of.
I've definitely had my moments.
Yeah. I don't think I regret anything, but looking back, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do that again.
Definitely wouldn't do that again.
All right, so here's another one. I was fighting with my significant other. Don't remember why. I had already offered to make him a lunch for work. So I got 2 pieces of bread. I put them in a sandwich bag and then threw in a can of tuna, and I left a note that said, "Enjoy your lunch, asshole." He wasn't even mad, apparently.
Is it one of those pop top ones, or was it one that you need like a can opener?
Oh, I mean, if it
Did
was,
she provide
if
a can
it was
opener?
the can opener, then like you fucked my whole lunch. Because who just travels with a can opener? I better have been a pop top one.
That's so funny.
Because that's insane. And then I've got 2 more. Every time I pass my old high school, I give it the finger or yell, "Fuck you." Doesn't matter what I'm doing or what time of the day it is. If I don't, it just doesn't feel right.
I do that to my job.
I definitely do that to... I've done that to my high school. I've done that actually to both of the high schools I went to.
I've done that to numerous jobs.
Yeah,
For
hell yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah. I've definitely done that to a job that I've been worked at before.
Or like if I drove past somebody's house that I didn't like and I knew they lived there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Fuck you, guy.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Stupid ass, no nipple having ass, bitch.
2 + 2 not no
Yes, bitch. My mama told me to tell you. All right, last one. What is the pettiest thing that you or an ex has done? They changed my Netflix password.
That's fucked.
Bro, if I came home and I go to log in and my shit's fuck you. You know? But also, why do you still care about me? Leave me alone. At that point, just leave me the fuck alone. Changing my Netflix password. Get the fuck out of my account. Now when I change the password, it's finna log your ass out. See, you fucked it up. You could have been using my account at your crib quietly, not having to pay for Netflix, and then you want to be petty and change the password, knowing that it's connected to my email, so I'm just going to reset the shit, change it back, and now you logged out. Stupid.
I'm fucking dead.
But yeah, man, we're going to take a deep dive into, just the world of pettiness, man. I think it's obviously much deeper than just the surface. I don't think, I think pettiness can be rooted within, certain emotional trauma and things of that nature. And we'll definitely get into that. But before we do, let's give them a word from our sponsors.
Stocking back up.
You guys already know the vibes, baby. It's Ooh La Laid or Die, baby, because this is the best lemonade, and not only in the 610, not only in the Lehigh Valley, not only in Pennsylvania, not only in the Northeastern Hemisphere, but in the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen,
galaxy.
Make sure you guys go get your Ooh La Laid, because being petty can be exhausting, so oftentimes you need a break. So make sure you guys quench your thirst with the one and only Ooh La Laid. Make sure you guys go follow them on Instagram at Oola_Laid. Tell them Johnny and Lisa sent y'all, and make sure y'all go pull up on them and get yours today. It's literally.
How I missed this. It's so good.
It's so good. So good. Wow. Ooh La Laid. All natural ingredients, made with love, fresh squeezed. You guys already know the vibes, baby. All right, guys, we are back with another episode of In the Fields podcast.
Yeah, here.
And this episode is on pettiness. We actually just got another submission in, so I'm going to run this one real quick for you guys. So, again, what is the pettiest thing that you've ever done or that an ex has done? So I changed my one ex's Instagram password. I also ended up because this I was talking. Okay, so I also ended up with a girl because the one that I was talking to, I low-key kept ghosting her because I wasn't feeling her. And then I met with this one girl out of the blue who ended up being friends with the girl that I was ghosting. So the girl that I was ghosting was talking shit to this girl, telling her not to take me serious. So I legit made it a point to date the new girl. And I somehow ended up in a relationship for like 2 years with that John. And yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that is petty, but I mean, petty with a positive, right? Like, at least it wasn't like he dated this chick, or no, he ghosted the one chick. And I mean, at least he got a girl out of it for a few years, but it's like, he kind of made it a point to date her friend though. Like, I couldn't imagine like you ghosting me and then like ending up in a relationship with like Dev or Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy. Like if we were all single.
I was gonna,
but I'm just saying, like, I couldn't imagine. That'd be like me ghosting you and then like ending up with like Jess. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that would be insane. She
was just mad. She was a hater.
Yeah, no, that's definitely some high level petty shit though. But you know, it is what it is, man. Like, you live and you learn, right? Mm-hmm. But
pettiness, it's just like, it's so deep rooted in other things that like, I don't even think we're so self-aware when we act in pettiness, because it's just stemming from like some sort of resentment, some type of like emotional like something you're missing emotionally.
Yep.
Like, it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like oftentimes people use pettiness as almost like a form of communication. Like,
yeah,
granted, it's a very unhealthy way to communicate, right? Because, like you said, kind of bridging off what you said, it's almost like an unspoken need oftentimes within our relationship. And when we feel like we are not heard or we're not seen, sometimes we
act out.
Again, turn to pettiness as this form of communication because we, when we're getting attention, when it's like when you're it doesn't have to even be your significant other. It could be any relationship. It could be like your relationship with your parents, your friendships, significant other, etc. But like oftentimes, like when we're in relationships and we feel like we're not heard or we're not seen, and the times that we do get attention is when we are acting out of character, or that's the times that people are paying attention to us.
Yeah.
Then it's like we associate that negative communication or that unhealthy communication with getting the attention and or getting the resolution. Like, oh, well, at least finally it got fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I didn't have to be this for me to get my resolution. And oftentimes it's like, we choose pettiness.
It's the same way as us acting out as children, trying to get our
because
parents'
it gets a response.
Attention.
That's what it is, because it gets a response. So, I think that's I think again, like you said, it's kind of deep rooted in unmet needs, and oftentimes it's just the it's kind of like the spiteful route to take in a sense where you're like, well, if you want to piss me off, then I'm going to piss you off, instead of, communicating that in a healthy way and being able to say like, hey, I need this, or, when you do that, it's uncomfortable for me, or, whatever it is, XYZ. I just think, learning that healthy level of communication is what kind of helps avoid that pettiness, because again, it's like playing that petty game is kind of like a how low can you go kind of thing. Like now we're just playing limbo at this point.
Well, yeah, but then it also stems because like it is some sort of micro resentment, but then when you're not properly addressing, said issues, and it continues, because now you're going to get to a point where you're trying to constantly one-up each other, and the resentment is going to build, and it's going to become worse and more toxic, and then things can get way out of hand if you're not going to sit there and address the elephant in the room and just be straightforward about what the fuck is going on, what the fuck it is you need. Things could spiral really quickly.
Yeah, I just feel like, I've been there. I've been somebody who hasn't been able to communicate in a healthy way.
We all have.
I think oftentimes, I mean, there's just so many different ways. There's just so many different things of pettiness. And I feel, again, oftentimes it is rooted within things that we shouldn't really give a fuck about. Like, it'd be dumb shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I hate the way, I hate certain things about them, like, oh, the way they chew or the way they breathe, or, you know what I mean? Like, it just be like little stupid shit that, like, we really shouldn't care about, but we end up adding,
making it bigger than what it is.
Adding more to it and making it bigger than what it really is. And oftentimes, I think people, confuse, like, feeling and emotion, and oftentimes add emotion to certain situations, which fuels it. So it's like I saw a video the other day, this guy, like, just touching himself. He's like, see, this is a feeling. Like, this is a feeling. Does it make me sad? Does it make me happy? Does it not? It's just a feeling. It isn't until I add emotion to it that feeling then triggers an emotion. And I think oftentimes that's how pettiness is triggered. Like, I can do something and it may not be something you like. Of course, the emotion you add to it is totally up to you. And it is within that moment that you can either choose to address it in a calm manner, or it's like we could take the petty route where now I'm going to add this negative emotion to it. I'm going to add this, negative vibe, and I'm going to match that energy. and now I'm going to follow through with petty bullshit.
And now I got to get back at you for
right,
whatever.
Exactly. Like, you're going tit for tat at that point. And again, it's like, you know, we know, especially being in a relationship as long as we have, is like, you do kind of have to pick and choose your battles. Like, oftentimes there's just shit that's not worth fighting about. And oftentimes there's just shit that isn't worth adding such heavy negative emotion to. And there's ways that we can communicate and, again, help each other grow. Because that's essentially what we're trying to do, is like learn, you know, when you're in a relationship, you're learning to love each other the way the other person wants to be loved. You know?
Yeah, not how you think they should be loved or how you think they want to be loved.
Yeah, and it's like you get into a relationship, and it kind of, you know, a callback to what I said before, like pettiness is like a form of communication, you know? And oftentimes when that's like the only language we know when it comes to responding to conflict or responding to things that don't make us happy. Yeah. If that's the only language we know when it comes to communicating what bothers us, it's like, you know, we have to learn a new language. We have to learn a healthy way of communication and, you know, be able to not use that form of communication to resolve issues within our relationships. Because, again, that pettiness is like, it's like playing a game of limbo, you know? It's like, how low can we go? It's like, especially if the person you're being petty towards has no problem being petty back, because then it's just, oh, who's petty? Or is it fucking Petty Kruger over here? Is it fucking, you know what I mean? You guys start kind of going back and forth. Kruger. Yeah, it just becomes something that it's not constructive. And I think that's what drew me away from being petty and like how I used to be and like being spiteful, because I want to use communication and I want to use the moments that I have in my relationships with people to be constructive, to talk about positive things, or, you know, to build each other up. I don't want to be mean to people, bro. And I feel like oftentimes pettiness is kind of, you're just choosing to be a dick. It gets
dirty. It could get very dirty, but it also, too, is like, you know, because I can say from personal experience with, like, my past relationships, I've definitely had very tit-for-tat moments where it was like, who could be pettier? And in the moments, not realizing how detrimental it was, like, on an individual basis for our own mental well-being, but, like, as a couple, too, like, and how, you know, things like that can destroy your relationship and within friendships, too. Like, I've had that happen, and for the longest time, I wasn't very self-aware of, like, my petty behavior. To me, at the time, being so young-minded and where I was, that shit was funny to me. But, like, growing up and learning what I've learned, like, it really isn't funny. And, you know, like, now I can look back and be like, you know, I was also part of the problem. Like, it wasn't just them. Like, I, too, played a part in the toxic behaviors and things that were occurring because of the fact that I made the choices that I made, because instead of just addressing what was going wrong, setting boundaries, putting my foot down and speaking upon those things, I would just be like, okay, well, how am I getting you back then? And then I would do the next petty thing that I could do to piss, you know, whoever off because they pissed me off.
Yep. It's kind of like the movie White Chick. So she's like, oh, you want to talk about mothers. Literally. Yeah, no, for real. Like, I even remember having moments like that. Like, there's times where, like, I mean, even early in our relationship, bro, like, there's times where we've had arguments or, like, we be texting each other and then, like, you know, like, God. On purpose, I'll be like, fuck that. I'm putting my phone on D&D. Fuck that shit.
Set me off.
Yeah, like, again, it's like, you know, and that's happened.
You don't get to just walk away from this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's happened numerous times. Like, it's crazy to think that, like, even prior to being with you, like, at some point, I just thought that was, like, a normal thing within love. It's like, you know, oh, that's just normal. Like within love, there's gonna be moments of pettiness. And it's like,
it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to be that way. But again, it's like, learning to grow with your partner and learning to communicate effectively is essentially what diminishes the concept of being petty.
Well, it's the same way, like, pettiness speaking, like, me and you both have very different, like, cleaning methods, like, and we've had this discussion so many times, and one, for example, like, your end table, like, there was a point where, like, I wasn't really having conversations with you about, like, certain things of, like, picking up or whatever, so to you, you were so oblivious to it. And I didn't even take that into consideration as to, like, maybe he really just doesn't, like, he doesn't notice it the same way I do. It doesn't bother him the same way I do. To the point where, like,
honestly, my end table to me is like, if it doesn't inconvenience me putting shit on it, it's not messy to me.
Right, but I got to a point of being petty where I was just like, well, I'm just not going to I'm not going to touch it at all. And I'm going to wait until all that shit piles up.
I just throw a couple things out, make a little space for my new shit. And then that's just what it is. Like what happens is the wrappers from the night before would just start sliding over on the end table as I put new shit on. And then it just falls off the end into the trash can. And it's just kind of how the flow works.
No, but the funniest thing to me, though, was it just ultimately backfired on me because instead it just pissed me off more because of how much stuff kept piling up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this did not work how I thought it was going to work.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, I'm just going to pick up his end table. It's okay.
Yeah, again, and it's and brings it back to like the idea of the episode is like, shit that you care about, but like, or shit that you shouldn't care about, but you do. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's where I think pettiness lies too. Is like, again, having to pick and choose your battles. It's oftentimes we let in little shit really become detrimental to the day. And I feel like how much. Again, like, I like constructive conversation. I like doing things that are positive and building upwards or building towards something. So it's like, how well is that pettiness really serving me, And oftentimes I ask myself that question in those moments that I do want to be petty, in those moments that I'm like, in my, the little devil on my shoulders, like,
just do it.
Nah, we're not picking that shit up. Fuck that shit. You made the mess, you're gonna fucking clean it. You know what I mean? Like, and then of course the angel's like, just fucking pick it up, bro. Like, but of course there's always that, like, almost like that little petty voice in the back of your brain is like, nah, don't fucking do that. You know what I mean?
Well, once I became more aware of, like, the outlier of pettiness and, like, not only just what it is, but the damage it could ultimately cause as well. Like, now I'm at the point where, like, there's plenty of moments where I want to be petty so badly. Like, the urge is just there. But, like, now because I am so aware, I'm just like, you know what? It's not even worth it. What am I really going to gain out of this? Nothing. I'm going to just mind my business, do what I'm doing, and if it needs something to be discussed, we could discuss it.
Yeah.
But trying to get back at you or get one up on you or whoever it is, like, there's just no reason for that.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me now. Like, I feel like, maybe when I was younger, it maybe just had like a different feel to it. Like,
I think it was more comical maybe when we were
like,
younger.
Like back when I think when you're younger, it's like mischievous, You're like
in your teen, because
you're like doing this thing. You're like, wah, ha, 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 ha.
Because I feel like as a teenager, all your friends talk about like how petty they were to so and so, and then now it becomes like a conversation piece within your friend group. Yeah,
oh my god!
Guess what I did?
With how many dudes are like, I've how many times I've been hanging with my boys, and they'll get a message or get a phone call from their girl and be like, I ain't answering that shit. What? Or how many times I've been in like a group setting and there'll be like it'll be like dude, I've seen the pettiness from both sides. I've seen guys like blatantly ignore their girls, and then I've seen like girls freaking like, watch, girl, I ain't gonna answer his call, and I'm gonna post a story right after.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna post all over my story. He ain't gonna hear shit from me though.
Bro, I saw a video. I saw a video of a girl who she had her laptop and she was playing the Takeoff like as if like the flight attendant was talking on the plane. And then she's talking to her man on the phone, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm on a flight right now. I'm about to head out. I'm leaving to New Orleans right now. If you want me to get off this plane, it's gonna cost this much." Da 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 da. Like she was going off.
I seen one,
and then she's playing the noise, and it's like, "Make sure you fasten your seatbelts," and blah 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 blah, playing that shit in the background. And he's like, "What you mean you on a flight right now?" Like it was crazy.
It's funny because I seen one where a girl had like a picture or like a video going from YouTube on her TV, but the way she had her camera angled and her standing in front of it,
it looked like she was at the club.
It looked like she was at the club, and her man was tripping. And then she's like, "I gotta go," and hung up on him mad quick. And then she's just laughing with her friend on the other side of the camera.
Like, bro, do y'all not know this is how you create serial killers? Yo, it be nuts, bro. Like, yeah, I've seen some nutty things, bro. I think I even heard the one, or I might have saw it on Twitter, or maybe I heard it on another podcast. But the one girl was like, my man did something. I don't know if he cheated or whatever. And then she was like, to get him back, I fucked his barber. Bro, first of all, you're going to sleep with my barber? And then it couldn't be my barber, because if he puts his hands on my head after sleeping with you, I would lose it. I would lose it, bro. I can't even imagine. You're going to touch me with it. What? You can't, bro.
I got one better. I saw a post literally like yesterday or 2 days ago about this woman. She was engaged to somebody. They were coming up to their wedding. Like they were like about to have rehearsal, like the whole nine. And she had found out that he had an affair with somebody that he worked with. So she went and slept with his best friend, his dad, and his brother.
Jesus.
They all let her smash. And then when he was at his bachelor party thing with all of said people and whoever else was in his bridal party, she showed up. And then basically that was her ending the relationship. She said whatever she said to him, kissed his dad on the cheek, and then left. And then that's how he found out. And she basically was just like, yeah, she was just like, since you want to play that game, she's like, I could play it better. And then
Jesus.
Like ruined their whole family because
whole family and friendship, because now my best, the bro, the dad.
And then the brother put out a statement after the fact and was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. I feel really bad. I shouldn't have done it, but I get why she did. And then just left it at that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so messy. So messy. And then there's like a whole debate on social media about like, half people are saying that she's like a legend and like he deserved it, and the other people are like, that's so fucked up, like you should have never gone there, you took it too far.
Yeah, I think that's like the double-edged sword of being petty, right? Because you can either be petty to the point where it's like you're a legend, but also at what expense to your character are you going to be petty?
Right.
Because like on the one side, yeah, she's a fucking legend. Are you serious? Like that level of payback, that level of strategic playback.
Yeah, like how'd you get payback? All of them to smash?
Oh, well, I mean, guys are simple creatures. It's
but
honestly,
the dad, the best friend, and the brother, like everybody closest to him. I could understand like guys, maybe one of them, but all three.
Guys suck. You have to have some really, really good friends. And I don't know what the dad situation is. I don't know if he's a single father. Or maybe the parents are divorced.
That's nuts.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, that's OD. But again, double-edged sword. Like, on the flip side, yes, she's a legend because that level of payback is ridiculous and strategic, and you are the devil in human form. But then the other side is now, like, you just, like, so detrimental to your character.
That's all you're going to be known for now.
Yeah, that's so detrimental to your character and your integrity and your well-being. Like, again, it's like, you shouldn't stoop as low. You shouldn't stoop to their level, right? Like,
but it also,
you have to know, again, when to pick and choose your battles, when to walk away. Like,
yeah, not everything deserves a reaction.
Yeah, not everything deserves a response. Sometimes silence is the best answer, or sometimes walking away is the best answer. Because, again, that girl, that woman, as much as, oh, my fucking knee, dude.
But it also kind of boils down to, too, of, like Like, you really gotta stop playing games with people sometimes because, like, you never know what's gonna make somebody snap. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man. I just think, again, like, let me sit up here. Squeeze me. Just think, like, again, that pettiness is such a double-edged sword because while, yes, in the moment, revenge or whatever it is sounds good.
People love their revenge.
Hurting other people, even if they hurt you, is never ideal, and it's never a good choice. And B, think about your character. Think about who you are as a person. Think about if that's what you want to be known for. Think about if that's the choices that you want to make. Think about if you really want to pour into that negative energy. Like, is that a cup that you genuinely want to fill?
Those are some good internal questions.
And I think, again, these are the questions that people don't ask themselves. But I've only learned to ask myself those questions because before, I didn't.
Yeah,
the questions that I asked myself before were like, how bad could I hurt them? Or like, what would really piss them off? You know what I mean?
Because it always felt like revenge was sweeter. Like, revenge felt better. Because if I could hurt you worse than you hurt me, now I'm winning.
Then I feel like I even the playing fields.
Now I'm not as hurt because I totally just hurt you more.
Now we're both hurt. Way to go. And then you blame it on them. You're like, now we're both hurt. Way to go, asshole. Like,
see what you did?
Yeah, like that's the narcissist. That's the craziest thing about being petty, right? The craziest thing about being petty is like you'll be petty, and then when they're hurt, you'll just blame them. You're like, well, if you weren't such a fucking asshole, I wouldn't have been such a bitch. Way to go, dick. You know what I mean? Like, it's so nutty, bro. So yeah, I don't know. And again, I've had those moments, and I'm just glad to be where I am today because, again. Even, and I'm not saying I don't have my petty moments. I think as a parent, every parent is petty. Because, like, my favorite version of pettiness as a parent is when my kid doesn't want to wear a coat, I don't fucking argue with them. All right, bet. You don't want to wear a coat? Cool.
Oh, I love doing that with Maya.
Bro,
she always swears she's never cold.
The one time on purpose, it was like 40 degrees outside. And one of my kids didn't have a coat on, so on purpose I drove with the windows cracked. Give a fuck? I want fresh air. I'm warm because I have a coat on, and I am allowed to have fresh air in my car. Oh, you cold? Damn, that sucks. Sorry, should have listened. I don't know what to tell you. I don't play that, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you one time to put a fucking coat on. I don't have the energy. Like, my parents had way too much energy. You're going to put a coat on because I don't want you going out there, and then you're going to fucking get sick, and no, you don't want to wear a coat? Say no more. I don't want to hear you're cold, though. If I hear you're cold, that sounds like a you problem. Done with it. So that's the level of pettiness that I've achieved as a parent, and I think every parent could relate to that because, bro, I don't got the time to be fighting with my kids.
Yeah, I've definitely done that with Maya where I'm like, dude, you need to put a coat on. Like, it's cold. And she's like, I don't get cold. I don't. This is fine. I'm fine. And I literally have argued with her, like, you're gonna get cold. No, I'm not. All right, cool. Literally 20, 30 minutes being outside. I'm cold. You should have worn a fucking jacket. I told you.
Shot glass. I don't want to hear it.
Shot glass.
Shot glass. I don't want to hear it.
I'll never forget that.
Yo, so funny. So, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, I like that, man. This is a pretty dope episode. And again, guys, when it comes to being petty, it's just that
it's like not worth it.
It's not really worth it. The juice is not worth the squeeze, unless it's too late, of course. But shameless plug. But yeah, guys, you want to get into question time then, baby? Mm-hmm. Okay, you want to start us off?
All right.
Hit me with it.
I got 3 good ones here for you.
Same Z's.
All right. So, when have you witnessed or engaged in a petty act and immediately regretted it? What was the moment of realization for you?
I think the petty act that I've probably partook in, I would say, or I have had partaken in probably when I was younger, was just the dating shit. You might break up with somebody and then holler at their friend type shit out of spite. I've definitely done that. And I think I've come to the realization that just that shit ain't cool. You know what I mean? Because I feel like within that is like a domino effect, because it's like, yeah, you might break up with somebody, but then you try to holler at their friend, and then their friend be trying to be a good friend. Like, there's times where, like, the friend be like, nah, you talk to my homegirl, like, you know I can't do that. And then now you gotta, like, lie, right? You gotta sell yourself. You gotta be like, nah, I wasn't even like that. We didn't even have nothing going on. Like, it wasn't even that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like,
men ain't shit.
Yo, you gotta, like, pitch the
Y'all
whole.
are the worst.
You gotta pitch the whole shit, bro. So it's like, you gotta convince this person to not be a good friend, bro. That's crazy pettiness.
And then they fight in the school hallway.
Oh my God. And then now you feel like you feel like you're the shit, right? Because you're like, these two dumbass bitches fighting. You know what I mean? Like,
yo,
bro,
men are the worst.
Bro, come on. Girls do the same shit to dudes, bro. Girls do the same shit, bro. I've seen two dudes. Yo, you talking to my girl? Yo, you talking about that ain't your girl. That's my girl. Meanwhile, this bitch is just copy and pasting text messages to both of them. So it's like, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen this shit, bro. I've seen it get bad. Crazy. But yeah, I would say that's like the level of pettiness that I like
regret and like
got like disgusted by. Because I was like, bro, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying way too hard.
This is unnecessary.
To convince somebody to be a shitty friend, basically, is what I was trying to do. In spite of this person who I don't even fuck with anymore. So why am I trying so hard to piss them off? It's like I almost like them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying so fucking hard to catch their attention or to piss them off. It's like,
what am I doing?
Such a waste of fucking time, bro. And I just that was the culture back then, you know? Like, when I was young, like, petty culture was very abundant, you know? Like, having groups of people trying to piss these people off.
Who
like,
could be the pettiest?
Yeah, it was definitely not something I'm proud of, but
now
yeah,
I just call it out and I'm just like, y'all are being so messy.
Yeah, again, and the fact that you can even substitute pettiness with messiness just goes to show, like, how bad petty is. It's obviously not a good thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why the fuck are we wasting our time here? So yeah, I would say that's probably the worst pettiness that that I definitely am not proud of and regret, because again, it just like, it got to a point where you're like trying so hard to convince someone to just go against their moral compass. Like, why am I trying to convince a girl to be a shitty friend? To piss the other girl off. I'm not even doing it because I like this girl. I'm doing it to piss her friend off. Like, that's insane. Like, that process does not seem logical to me now. Like, that thought process in my brain now, like, that's fucking stupid. Why would you even do that? Why don't you just go get some new pussy?
It's dope, though, that we could learn from these things, though. So, like, when our kids do get older and come into situations like that, we can help guide them.
At least we can try to advise them, because, kids only sometimes they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, most times they don't. Because what the fuck do we know, right? Because we're fucking old to them. And we've never been them. You don't know what it's like. Yeah, I do, bitch. I was 15 at some point. I was 16 at some point. I was 8. I was 9. I've been all those ages.
How do you think I got to 30?
What did you think? I was born yesterday?
I'm dead.
So, yeah, nah. That's definitely... Yeah, I like that question. But yeah, that's definitely where I would... All
right, what you got?
So, the question I have is very similar. It's, what's one petty thing that annoyed you so much, but looking back, you're like, wow, that was actually ridiculous? And it could be a petty thing either you've done, or maybe a petty thing that was done to you. Either however way you want to structure it.
And I think the pettiest thing that like I could think of that has definitely happened to me was with my one ex, who like drilled it into my head that he was so loyal to me, would never do anything to me, and like I full-heartedly believed it. And we were together for like over a year and a half, and then we had broken up because I found out he was cheating on me with his kid's mom, and then begged for me back, me being who I am, forgave it, proved what he could prove to me, went strong for however long later, like another year. And then we got an apartment together because we were at such a good place. A month in, he woke up and was just like, I don't love you anymore. You need to move out. And so I packed up all of our shit. We left. And then within like 3 days, moved his baby mom in.
Jeez.
And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
yeah, that's insane. That would drive me over the edge.
Okay,
like, I'm pretty sure
but
I would be in solitary confinement.
it gets worse because shortly after that, mind you, with that whole situation, I didn't feel like I had closure. Like, it was very messy. And when he reached back out to me like a few weeks later and asked me to come over, I took that opportunity because in my head, I'm like, I want closure. And then we did stuff.
Shmushed, as they would say on Jersey Shore.
Yeah. And at the time, I felt so proud of myself for whatever reason because I'm like, yeah, bitch, like...
You thought he was yours.
You thought you win. You thought you won.
Dude,
and here I am in what was my apartment where you're now living. And what did I gain out of that? Because we didn't end up back together, really. Like, it did get to a point where we did get back together. We got matching tattoos just for him to leave me again to go to his baby mom. And then I got stuck with a tattoo. Like, I think that's where I really learned my pettiness boundaries, where I'm like, I cannot play this game.
Dude, I'll never understand.
Like,
I'll never
play this game.
I'll never understand that one. Like, here's the thing. Like, women, like, I feel like, and maybe not women, maybe women's not the right word to use, but bitches be like,
what is the difference between bitches?
Because when I say women, like, I feel like women are like, you know, they've reached a level of like enlightenment that like that they're like, we're beyond that shit, right? That's like me saying grown ass man. Like, when I say grown ass man, I don't mean like these lame ass dudes. Like, they're two different categories of.
And it's funny because like I don't know why
species.
I don't want to talk about these things. Like, I am so ashamed of those decisions.
Yeah.
But in the moment, like in the midst of that chaos,
no,
like
that
to
shit
me
felt right.
That shit made sense and it was 100% valid. But now when I look back, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, what
like,
is wrong with me, bro?
Why did I do that?
Bro, because again, that was the culture. Like, okay, so like I was gonna say, like back then, like bitches felt like they were getting one up on these other bitches by fucking their men.
Sure.
Like, oh, I fucked your man, bitch.
Do something.
Yeah, I fucked your man. And what, bitch? When in all reality, like, you're just a side bitch.
Mm-hmm.
All you did was make yourself available for nothing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids and paying the bills for me. So who's actually winning here? Mm-hmm. So, and on the flip side, it's crazy because, guys, it's like, for us, it's like we prefer to silently be the side piece. Like, you'll never see a guy... Like, I don't, like, I just feel, or maybe not never, but you.
I was going to say, I've
definitely seen dudes that have been like, and I fucked your bitch, and what? But I'm saying, like, oftentimes, it's not something that gets, like, yeah, and I fucked his bitch. Like, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we try to keep that shit low key, and it isn't until shit blows up, you know, he catches her, and then he trying to confront me. And I'm like, yeah, and?
Well, and that was...
Yeah, and what? And so what? I hit. She let me hit, bro. That's not... First of all, I didn't even know you existed. Let's keep it a bean, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oftentimes it's like with the... And girls, I don't know, girls are just better at cheating too, I think. Girls are just...
Well, and the funny thing is, though, is like, when I left, like, normally in those moments... The woman is quick to say something to the other woman. That's why I just left her crib. Or whatever the case is. Yeah. And me...
I'm coming to you as a woman.
And me, instead, I was just like, I don't even have the energy to ruin this girl's day. Like, I felt so bad because of the decision I made after the fact. And I was so, like, disappointed in myself that I was like, I'm just going to keep this to myself. And the only person I told was Jess. Like... You know what I mean? And it's like things like that really changed the way that I viewed like how I handled situations because of how disappointed in myself I was. Because I didn't gain anything from doing that. Craziness.
Oh, yeah, man. I like that. What else you got for me?
All right. So where do we draw the line between harmless, petty jokes or retaliation and behavior that actually damages trust and relationships?
I think harmless, petty jokes are just like, like in the moment jokes. Like, like, for example, like I'd be like, damn, you thirstier than a camel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a harmless, petty joke because you're drinking something right now. See what I'm saying? Harmless, petty joke. Nothing personal. I'm not taking any shots. I'm not bringing something up that you confided in me. I'm not referencing any previous embarrassing situations unless obviously you are comfortable with talking about that. Like if it's something that you're like, oh my God, like I spilled that drink. Like everybody in the friend group's like, watch out, Lisa spilled the drink. Lisa, don't spill it because you spilled the drink last time.
Like everybody picks on me because people spill on me every time.
Or like you're the foodie. So everybody's like, oh, watch out, Lisa about to go grab a bite to eat. You already know she's the foodie. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody kind of knows that. And to me, as long as it's not something that like you're insecure about or something that like, you really like feel some type of way about.
Yeah,
to me, it's not. That to me is like a level of pettiness if we want to even call it that. But
it's
a level
more harmless.
That's like a harmless level of pettiness that I would say is acceptable, especially amongst friends, because oftentimes we poke at each other, but it's like there's a certain level of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like guys with sports. Level of pettiness, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, y'all be talking
me and
Jay,
we talking so much shit. Like, Jay's a Giants fan. I'm an Eagles fan. We're number one in the NFC East. So, like, anytime me and him talk, I'm like, bro, I'm not arguing with fourth place right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it's like, that's nothing personal. He's not actually on the Giants. I'm not actually on the Eagles. So it's like
his feelings aren't getting hurt.
Right, bro. It's just another year,
He's
bro.
Just, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he'll be like, haha, shut the fuck up. And he'll be like, that's why you don't even, like, he'll be like, you don't even know some of the players that are on your team. So shut up. Because, our team has just literally been trading out the fucking wazoo. So it's like, oh, we got this guy from Jacksonville Jaguars. We got this guy from the Dolphins. We got this guy. I mean, we're just fucking so many new people on our team. It's kind of hard to keep up. I know the greats on my team. So, but, yeah, man, it's just, there's a certain level of pettiness. And again, I think as long as you're not poking at somebody's insecurities or something that they don't want to be talking about or anything they confided into, something, again, that's just harmless, I think that's okay. But I think when it gets to a point of hurt or it gets to a point of where we're trying to inflict some sort of pain, that's when it becomes a problem. Like, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. And I think that's something that just kind of aligns with my integrity. Some people are petty without remorse. Like, some people are, like, they just be shooting and don't give a fuck who gets hit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The worst kind.
And those be the type of people that be like, come on, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I've been one of those people. So I know now that, like, yo, sometimes your words can be sharp. Sometimes the shit you say or sometimes the shit you say can really hurt people. And if somebody pulls you aside or somebody addresses that to you, the last thing you want to do is be dismissive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my bad. I didn't even think of it like that. I do apologize. You know what I mean? So, again,
take accountability.
Yeah, again, I think, there is a harmful level of pettiness and versus, like, something that can really be, detrimental, to, like, detrimental to the relationship that you have with this other person, whether it be a significant other, a friend, parent, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, I got, what are we on, our second one right now?
This would be your second one, and then I have one more, and you have one more, I think.
Cool. All right, so can you think of a time when you were petty, but later realized it was really about wanting to feel valued or seen?
Again, back to what I just said, because that's really the only time I could really think of being, like, so petty. But I think it was just because of how hurt I was, of how much time I invested into this relationship, how much trust I put into this person. Like, like letting them live at my house for however long until we got our own place, like really going above and beyond for this person and the relationship that I had, like being there for him when he went to jail because of child support and like helping him with his kids. Like I poured a lot into that. And then for you to just drop me like I was nothing after 3 years, after we just got this apartment, I have to pack up all my shit and move out. I took everything. I took literally everything. The only thing I left there was the TV. He came home to no shower curtain, no toilet paper, no dishes, no food. Like that level of petty. And then on top of what I did, because of the fact that like I was just so genuinely hurt and I felt like I had an opportunity and I took it and it wasn't worth it because I knew I didn't gain anything out of this. Like afterwards, I'm like, I should have known better. You know what I mean? Like I didn't deserve what happened to me for sure, but neither did she at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you know, she played part in the pettiness of like how she treated me or how she spoke to me. So like that fueled what I did because I'm like, well, this bitch don't give a fuck. She thinks she won me, like she's one up on me, so watch me get one back. You know what I mean? But ultimately, like, that did nothing for me. No justice was served, and I still was stuck hurting. Like, I won absolutely nothing out of that. So it's like, you know what I mean? And now looking back, I'm like, I could never do that again to somebody.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's not benefiting you. And I think now that you're just more aware of what you're pouring into your cup, it makes you very selective with your actions.
For sure. And it makes me more selective, too, of the people that I bring into my life and allow them the space to have any impact on my life. Like, I'm very selective with my friends who I keep very close to me, who I open up to, who I tell things to. Like, I don't give people the space or the room anymore to even put me in the position where, like, I'm going to get fucked over somehow. Because, like, if you do me wrong, now you got one chance to either take accountability and keep it real. But now I'm also keeping a distance. Like, if I do forgive you, I know now that, like, I need to move differently until like you can 100% prove to me that like you know what you did was wrong and you really are sorry and that you will ensure that it never happens again. But it's like it depends on the situation, it depends on the person. But I just know now like I'm not going to put myself in the position to where I need to one up you or I need to get you back. I'm just going to go about my business because I don't got the time or the energy for any of that. Like, to me, those are games that I just don't want to play.
No, I feel that 100%.
It's too messy for me.
Oh, yeah, man. What you got for me? Last one, right?
All right. All right. So, how can practicing true forgiveness for yourself and others be an ultimate antidote to persistent pettiness?
I mean, that kind of brings us back to, you know, what I said earlier, where, again, I feel that pettiness is almost a form of communication. It's like it's a response. It's like a response mechanism to, you know, anything that bothers us. It's how do we respond to those things that hurt us? Do we respond to fire with fire or do we respond to the fire with water? And I think forgiveness is kind of like the water in that situation to where, you know, when people hurt us, instead of wanting to hurt them back, you know, we forgive them, whether that may be to their face, silently to ourselves, to, again, disarm that entire situation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you bring fire to the table, but if I bring water, then we can just kind of diminish this. Now, how you present that is obviously, again, that's up to you. Like, sometimes we don't forgive people to their face and we forgive people in our hearts and separate ourselves, you know? And, you know, we are supposed to, I mean, even in like biblical terms, like we're supposed to forgive those people, like even if they hurt us. And it's not a matter of forgive and be naive. It's like, you know, forgive, but then move accordingly, you know? So
Yeah.
It's, again, and it kind of almost is like a callback to what you just said, where it's like, you're selective with the people that you bring around. So it's like, I'm the type of person that if you are hurting me or you do hurt me, like, yeah, I can forgive you. But like, if it's something that becomes repetitive or this is like a constant narrative, then I know that now I have to be selective with you and I have to, put you further out of the circle, because oftentimes I feel like our friendships and our acquaintances and our families, they hit different layers of, of the circles in our lives. Like, there might be like an inner circle and those are like the people that you're tightest with. And then there's, people outside of that circle that like you may only be able to confide in them to a certain level and just things of that nature in general. Like, so I think that, again, forgiveness just plays a key role into unlearning the language of pettiness. Not unlearning it, but learning how to not necessarily choose pettiness. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at my cat because he's doing like that throw-up-y thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a cat like twitch and be like they're about to, he's like,
I was like, what are you
dude, because I'm thinking he's gonna just throw up in the corner right there because I'm seeing his body go like, because I think he might have ate too fast. But anyway, yeah, I think forgiveness is forgiveness is the other language that we could use in place of pettiness in those moments that we are hurt.
It lightens the load.
And again, it's just not fighting fire with fire. Like, fighting fire with fire makes more fire. We should be trying to put out the stuff that causes pain, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think forgiveness is something that, was utilized greatly in kind of unlearning the petty language, if you will, or the response, using pettiness within those fight or flight moments and things of that nature.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, I got one more for you, and then we will send them home, baby. All right. What's something petty that you notice in people that instantly turns you off? Even if it's something minuscule or something that shouldn't matter.
I think the biggest thing that I notice in other people that pisses me off, that I'm like, this is doing too much, is when like if we're in a group and like only certain people, like a very small amount of people know something, right? And we decide we don't talk about it in front of everybody because it's not everybody's business. It is what it is. It stays in between the smaller circle. But then like one person out of the smaller circle decides to make certain comments in front of everybody that like puts the spotlight on them. And it's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, why are we talking about it? Why are we bringing this up? Why are we like throwing shade or making weird comments or like just doing things that like not everybody else is maybe very noticeable to it, but the people inside the circle are noticing it because we know the full story. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's like being messy. Like, what you're doing. You know the choices you're making. You know the actions that, you're trying to maneuver here. And it could be hurtful to other people. And you're just like, whatever. It's whatever. Or like when people post on social media and they're clearly subbing somebody and they're just like, no, I'm just sharing it because
if the shoe fits, tie that bitch up and wear an outfit.
Like, I don't know. That stuff really just like, ugh.
Yeah,
it like makes me cringe because I'm like, this is just so unnecessary. And it's like things that like I did back in high school. Like, why are we doing this at like late 20s, early 30s? Like, what are we doing?
Why? Why do you gotta do that, Thor?
He likes rubbing his head against hard
Dude, he's rubbing his head on like this string. He's not even rubbing it on he's rubbing it on the cord.
This.
Oh, look. He's like just barely touching the string with his ear. That's what he's doing. What's up? Come here. No?
Why are you being weird?
Look, he just wants to touch the... Nah, but yeah, I've definitely felt that. I just, I've been there, man. I've been there. I've been person who's been petty and just kind of like not necessarily, again, not in tune with my positive side as much, you know? So I've definitely...
Especially when, like, your real friends try to call you out for it and try to, like, help you because, like, we do care and you might not be self-aware and that's okay. Like,
again, that might be normal for you. That might be normal for them.
But when we're trying to help you through it and address it with you and, like, you're quick to shut us down and make us sound like we're the bad guys when we're just trying to look out for you, like, that's not cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think the pettiest thing that turns me off is I don't like people who need to feel like they are the better person within the room. Like, if we're all friends, there should be no reason that you're putting anybody else in the room down. There should be no reason that you're talking down upon anybody. I don't care if it's a friend. I don't care if it's your significant other. That shit to me is corny. Like, why are you bashing anybody to make yourself seem like you're trying to put yourself on a pedestal? Why the fuck are you... Dude, first of all, let somebody else put you on the pedestal. If somebody wants to come in... Like, if I come into the room and I want to be like, my wife is amazing. I think she's beautiful. She's the best. Oh, my God, guys, you have no idea. She's just so much. I don't even know how I live without her. That's one thing. But...
You do that often.
But for you to come in the room and be like... This motherfucker would lose his fucking head if it wasn't for me, and he doesn't know where fucking shit is, and let alone, oh, I gotta pick up. Like, if you were doing that, that to me is not, that's petty shit. To make yourself look good, and again, to validate whatever validation it is that you need. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
I think it is worse when it is people in relationships, and like, it's one thing to speak about your dirty laundry at home with each other, but it's another thing for one of you guys to air that out amongst a room full of people.
Facts.
While the other person is standing right there, not even knowing what to say because of how uncomfortable they probably feel that you're even bringing any of this up.
Bro, because it'd be random. It'd be like, yo, so what up, bro? How about them Yankees? And then, like, you know, a significant other might pop in and be like, yeah, that's why you got holes and shit stains in your underwear. Like, why are we doing that? That's insane to me. I did not need to know that about him. And also, why are you shitting on him like that? Like, I don't know, bro. To me, it's like, that's the one thing that I think.
Which also, like, in turn makes you look just as bad because it's like you're still with them. So, like, why do you even care?
If you fucking hate them so much, leave. Why are you, like, if you have the audacity to talk that much shit constantly, fucking leave, dude.
Yeah, because you're clearly not happy either. And that's okay, but just admit it.
And then you just shitting on them to what? To validate that you're this great person. Oh, if it wasn't for me, they'd be stuck. If it wasn't for me, they'd be shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, the fact that you have to do that to people to make them feel bad about themselves, to make yourself seem like this godly fucking person, you're a piece of shit for that. I'm sorry. There's just no other way to put that, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, that was a good question, man. I like that. But yeah, guys, you know what time it is? For all the feelers that are tuned in, we leave you guys with a question that you guys can answer, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you see it on the socials. And the question we want to leave you guys with is, what's the pettiest thing that almost ruined... Oh, what's the pettiest thing that almost ruined a relationship for you? Could be something you've done. Could be something that was done to you. Again... Answer it in the comments below, because you never know when the why in your story is silent and becomes our story. Again, guys, until next time, keep feeling,
keep sharing,
and keep it real within the feels. Let's go.